Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica picture here. We're on chapter 14, and we're going to work on one of these figures on the left or right here. So, we have Athena on the left. I guess we'll do her. Let's see. We have this reference for what to make her look like. Let's take a look at some of our stuff here. We're going to move the reference a little closer. And before we move forward, we should probably just change the size of the guides ahead. It's a little too big. Okay. Now, I'm not really sure. There's a few differences in how these black figure characters would be depicted. Their noses are kind of longer. But I might not do that because it's kind of unappealing to look at, sort of, this version. I don't know. We can't get a circle if we're not gonna turn off the guides. So yeah, we're gonna wanna do something like that with the eyeball, as is the typical thing. But we're gonna change her head. Let's do our own look for the head, maybe. We don't have to follow the paradigm of the artwork to the T. Maybe we'll make her look more like our red figure version. Let's maybe give her like an angry eyebrow here. Maybe a little less angry. Something like that. Yeah, because we're dealing with Athena angry this time. Man, my nose is running all of a sudden. Of course, as soon as I start doing this stream. It probably has something to do with the fact that my head is tilted down when I'm doing a stream like this. So let's try to come up with some kind of a design for her hair. Maybe a little more stylized. We could turn it into simple shapes. Something like that. That's kind of cool. And for Poseidon, we can probably do that like exposed musculature thing that we had on Achilles and Ajax. Okay. We're not really doing the final version here, so it doesn't matter if we, we don't have to put all the details in or do them correctly. This is her left arm. Good. We'll remove this from our hand because we're not actually taking into account where this is on the arm right now or how big it is compared to the arm. We're just drawing a hand. All right. We're probably doing a little too much detail for what we're attempting to depict right now, but that's fine. Okay. And we'll take this and put it a little bit like that. Yeah, that's better. And in order to make that work, we're just going to take this and put it like that. Okay, that still works. Good. Okay, yeah, we have her waistline like, or rather her belt tied more like over here. And for this, we have her leg sort of jutting out like that underneath the costume. So that's not actually going to be visible, that leg there, but we'll sort of manage the folds so that they communicate that in some way. Okay. Let's just put like the spear will probably be going behind her in this one. I don't love this pose. Maybe it's because this leg is too short compared to that one if the other one is stepping up onto a ridge. And this one should probably be doing a more dynamic pose, maybe like this. And again, this is why we do multiple passes, because we can experiment like this without worrying. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now what she's stepping on, it would be fun if we put like a little prop that she's stepping on. Maybe it's another ship. Let's just put this in here as well, I guess. Yeah, because like she's kind of just standing somewhere. Maybe there's another ship that crashed. And for that, we could probably just take this one, duplicate it. This is really going to start giving us problems, the fact that we can't see what our layers are. What if this is the other half of that ship that broke over there? It's like part of the hull or something. It's like on the inside. Yeah, and then like only partial, the ship will only partially be visible because the sea will be sort of in front of it. But we'll decide that, you know, when we're making the background. So we have Athena. Let's get Poseidon in there. Now this ship, I guess we'll put in her layer group. I almost want to start working on this instead of this, but for now we'll be fine, I guess. Well, you know what'll help is if we just fill in these layers with a background. We're going to end up having to do that anyway, so. We don't really care about staying in the lines or anything now because it's not going to be the final thing. Let's give the ship its own thing as well. I guess we'll put it behind. And this will at least make the layer visible in our thing, and it'll also make it a little easier for us to see what we're doing when we're drawing. I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe just we'll put stuff like that. There we go. This is IS. And he's sort of like an Easter egg in this picture, so obviously he's pretty small. It's going to be like impossible to see him with all this stuff going on. But he's a nice little added bonus for anyone who notices him. Now we got this. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll make this into a group. Then this is the ship, and that's all we have so far. It's funny because both of the times that we have done this Odysseus ship reference for our picture, it's been in the black figure style, but the one that we're referencing it from is actually red figure. So we're taking it out of its natural element every time we show it. But I think it works pretty well in this style. Okay. Oh, right. Now we should do a background for the ocean. Yeah. And that'll be pretty useful because that's one of the biggest problems that we're wondering about right now is this gonna work on such a large scale? Interesting note, not that this really influenced why I'm depicting the water this way, but in a lot of the Homeric vernacular, one of his #1 epithets that he uses when referring to the ocean is to call it the wine dark sea, and in other epithets to refer to it, for, specifically in reference to it, how dark it is. So in ours, the sea is literally black. And you could say that's a reference to Homer's Odyssey, or even Iliad. I guess maybe he does that in the Iliad. But I'm not necessarily... I think it would just look cool. But yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes those type of things work out pretty well. Oh, we need to put IS above the water here. Okay, and then if we take this out, that's sort of the color scheme that it's going to be. We might change the background color a little bit though. maybe to something more like... That's closer to what we just had with the gray over it. Maybe like that. That's pretty evocative. But we're going to have to see because the red is not going to exist in the picture that we will have. So it'll be like that. I don't really love how Athena is standing on the ship. I don't think that works completely, so let's see what happens if we put her behind the ocean. That works pretty well, actually. What if we just shrunk her a little bit? And if we took her arm, something like that, then we would just delete the black parts that don't fit. We'll redo those. I think that works better. It looks more like mysterious, like how is she... So we're gonna get rid, I guess, of this ship for now, at least. That's pretty cool with Athena, like riding the wave. We'll have to come up with a design language of where the black lives on the outside of these white lines. I think it kind of works the way we have it, but it's not consistent yet. Oops, we don't want to duplicate. Select this, put it in a group. Okay, so in a good spot right now. Let's get Poseidon in there. He's on the side here, and I don't really like the way that we have his hands. What else can we do with him? If he was holding, let's try sketching something real quick. No, he looks too lax like that. He has to be like specifically doing something with his... Yeah, you know, maybe grabbing it like that is gonna be the best way. I just don't really see that many different... Even if he was like this, we could have him holding his thing like this. He could be holding it like that, like a javelin throw, sort of. I don't really think that makes sense. I think we're gonna do it where he's got it here. Because Athena is really the one who's doing something in this picture. So let's just do a quick thing with this. Ah, right, this is not 100%. Okay. This we can delete. That doesn't look like the right color. Oh, I guess it is. Okay, this is his right arm. And he's holding it like... Wait, no, this is... Yeah, it says right arm. So this is gonna have to move like this. Yeah, except that if he is holding it He really has to be jamming his arm behind his side, I guess. Like this. Yeah, which doesn't really create a very interesting pose. Even then, it doesn't really fit in his hand. How the hell would we get this thing into his hand? He has to like bend his wrist, I guess. Yeah, I suppose that would work. Okay. Maybe we can loosen a couple of his fingers too at the front, like he's not gripping it completely. Like that, so then the sphere can kind of live like that. Okay, we'll make the fine-tuned stuff later. Okay. And we're gonna do something with like a cloth thing that he's wearing, but not yet. Okay, so the thing is going to be held like that, sort of. And then this trident thing. Yeah, so we still sort of have to get it to fit in his hands. But that's the general idea. Okay, so let's tilt the trident until it fits in his hands. Then the larger question is, do we like it like that? I don't know. Let's make another one with a different pose. What if we gave him... All right, what if he's also raising his trident so that they're kind of matching? Oh wait, this is on the same layer. We can't do this. We gotta put his arm in the right spot first. So he's like, it would, if, okay, let's take this away. Put it over there. So his frame might be tilted a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, it's definitely a more dynamic pose. Okay, and now, how is he fitting this damn thing into his... If this part of his arm was going sideways, so that his elbow, inner elbow is here. Then his arm is twisting so that his hand, okay, is going like, yep, okay. So it's going like, that. I think that would work. We're also just gonna make him smaller, like Athena. And his other arm is, what's his other arm doing? It's going backwards. Like that. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of this old version of the arm. I think this is a much better pose, but is it the right pose for what we're doing? Is the question. Uh-oh. his legs are still too thin. Yeah, I think he's gonna be like one of the more muscular figures because he's like probably one of the most powerful gods. Okay. This has an interesting design here. I'm gonna see if I can do something with it. It's kind of like the design we've seen for Aias in our Aias pictures. Okay. Yeah, the way that the Greeks drew these eyes on their black figure images, it always looks like a fish. Like a fish eye. Okay, take that. We're gonna draw this head independently of the body for now. Actually, we'll just copy it or cut it and put it on a new layer so that we don't have to worry. Okay. Whatever that is. And then that's a little too high, there's no forehead. Okay. And we'll give him the same treatment that we had, I believe, on Aias and Achilles, where we put the musculature. I don't know if we'll do it for Athena, though. Maybe we could. Yeah, that's a pretty strong compositional thing because it's all pointing towards the lightning, which is then going to rain down near Odysseus's ship. So it's certainly a frame that directs the eye. Good, ladies and gents. So we got that. We'll fill in this really rough Poseidon. We should also probably put some clothes on him. We haven't really decided on that yet. Yeah, we'll come up with something for that. And then after that, we'll put the lightning and we'll be able to start moving on our final version of the drawing. So that's exciting. Thanks for joining, though, guys. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit the follow button. If you want to know more about this project that I'm doing the illustrations for, you can type !Troy in the chat. It's a audio book and illustrated text edition of Posthomerica, the story of the fall of Troy. So there's info about that in that command, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining the show. Bye-bye.